Morning guys, CryptoMark back for the next weekly instalment of the KRC20 wallet tracking journey. KRC20s being the official, well, not official, a bit wrong to say that, the initial first set of meme coins on the Kaspa network. There is a second set of meme coins come out which are based on the smart contracts, the layer 2, but for the purpose of our video, we are working with the initial KRC20s. So basically bought a bunch of the tokens, these are them down the left hand side, mainly back in December 2024, stroke January this year, and have charted them through more or less every week. Apologies, a little bit of a delay with this week's update, being a little bit under the weather. Been keeping an eye on things and nothing groundbreaking has changed, so nothing's been missed as such. So we'll have a little look, see what we've got going on. Essentially, the answer is the same as what's been going on for the past few weeks. The running totals at the bottom, much of a muchness, if I'm honest with you, over the last kind of 4 weeks. Previous to that was when we had the Kaspa sort of event, crypto crash, flash crash, shall we say, where a lot of things happened and the prices came down. As we know, KRC20s, because they are on Kaspa or correlated to Kaspa, everything on the Kaspa network is linked to Kaspa. Kaspa performs really well. All the things on it will in turn perform well. Kaspa takes a dip. All the things on it will take a dip. Sort of goes hand in hand. So usual situation, Wolfie is leading the pack. Pluto is holding up kind of okay. Other than that, not much happening in any of the scope on any of the other individual projects. I've had a little look at them and I want to do that actually on today's video. Just have a little feel for them, have a look at the X page, have a little look at some of their telegrams, see what's going on. But like I have alluded to many times, and from what I have seen, not necessarily today when I was looking, but previously, some of the projects have actually came out and said we're kind of just treading water at the minute, just waiting. We haven't gone anywhere, but we're not pushing very much at this moment in time because the sentiment's down and it's kind of like a little bit of wasted energy really. What they want to do, and this makes sense, is when the sentiment picks up and Kaspa starts performing better, then these guys will bring out the updates they've got and the changes and the new things that they've got rolling out and kind of ride the crest of that wave pretty much. Again, just business sort of standards, I suppose. It would make sense from a point of view of if anyone running a company or a business or anything to kind of do that. If your whole industry sort of not doing very much, then it's pointless you bringing out your new shiny toys, your new shiny options if your whole industry's not doing too well. What you want to do is your industry to pick up and do well, and then you bring those things out and you capitalize on the uplift and the whole piece. So yes, that's kind of where things are with Kaspa. It's currently at 5 cents. Still, for me, and I'll get this in early doors, not financial advice. None of this stuff I ever see on here is. All this is just entertainment for my purposes. I like doing these videos. I like keeping across everything Kaspa. So from my point of view, nothing is financial advice. You guys choose to do whatever you choose to do. Please don't take any bearing on what I'm doing is something that you guys should pick up and do, because that's not the intention. But what I will say is Kaspa at 5 cents is a steal in my opinion. And I think I'll be maybe purchasing some more. I got a little bit more when it came into the 4s last week it was, or the week before. And yeah, just keeping a steady eye on it, to be honest. It's got everything going for it, 100%, and there's new things coming again, new announcements. It's just that relentless development and building. And if anything, and I've said this for quite a while now, if anything, it's too good for the market. It's too good for the rest of crypto at this moment in time. It's too far advanced. The rest of crypto can't keep up. The exchanges couldn't keep up and couldn't manage all the transactions. A while ago there was a bottleneck, and that wasn't Kaspa's fault. It was the inability of the exchanges to keep up with the speed of what Kaspa was going at. So there's things that are going to need to get better in time, notably with the exchanges and with the infrastructure around Kaspa. And obviously those things will get better in time. That is just what happens. It's a sort of a time sensitive issue. But Kaspa itself is an absolute monster in terms of what it can do, its speed, its fees. It for me, it just needs a big adoption somewhere along the line, be that Visa payments or something, which I've seen mooted about recently, where when I looked at it, Kaspa, the speed of Kaspa and the transaction settlement of Kaspa was equal to like big payment systems, basically, where they can cope with so many in such a short space of time, and it doesn't break, it doesn't fall down, it's solid, it just keeps going. So yeah, that is for me what some big event will happen somewhere along the line, some big adoptions from some big company or Visa or something. And I don't know, I haven't got any insight into this. I'm just sort of speculating because that's how good the tech is. And then that will just catapult everything. Like a big flow follow-on event from that, and then you'll get other. And you know what it's like, if you get one big thing in, then other things can follow. I know Kaspa was on a recent like sort of tour. It had a place with the likes of Siemens and these big massive companies, and they were on stage with those guys. So you know there's eyes coming all the time, and it's just that case of somebody somewhere will be plotting to take Kaspa on leaps and bounds if they take it into their business or what have you. But it's just again that time thing. People get sick of waiting. It's crypto. It's kind of what it is. And sometimes your horizon might have to be a bit further than what you initially thought. And if people aren't up for that, then that's fine. But for me, it is a long-term hold, a long-term project. And looking forward a couple of years, I can see massive things. But again, that's not for everybody, so that's kind of up to them. Just noticed this, introducing a new Kaspa development platform. The gateway to building on Kaspa, easier, faster, and cheaper. So again, anything like this helps, where there's new initiatives coming in that are basically helping people to come to the network and helping people to build and showing people what it's all about, and things like that are always going to help, which is great. Let's have a look at the KRC20s. See where we're at this moment in time. So we've got Nacho top of the pile. Zeal has dropped down. Zeal was top for quite a while, in all honesty. PP.kas is still there. Kaspi Kango, Kaspa. That is down significantly, Kaspa. Well, I know these are as well, in fairness. It's down 2 or 3x. Nacho. Zeal's down. It was up to nigh on 40 million. I think, not 30 million, not that long ago. Kaspa was 2.5 million not that long ago, and it's 700k now. So I want to have a little look at Kaspa. That's one of the ones on my radar to have a look at. Nacho has always been a mainstay up there, but arguably that's great value for the leading one that it is, considering where it's been. And some of the others, Slow, this is knocking around. It's been in there for a while, in the top sort of 10, 15. And the others are the standard ones that have been there for quite a while. But it just shows you how early and how small it is when you get the top 20 and it's $11,000 market cap. That's crazy, isn't it, really? Just have a little fiddle with this. This one's wrong. I noticed this a while ago. Obviously, that's wrong. It's far too much. The figures are wrong, and I think there was a plea put out to CAS FYI to sort of resolve this and get shot a bit, because it's not right at all. Have a look at the next page. Yeah, there's these ones with the exclamation mark is because they're not sure that the amounts are correct. So again, this Cas FYI isn't an exact science, but it's a good, decent go-to just to have a little look and get an idea. I'm confident the top 10 are probably definitely right at all points. Beyond that, you probably need to do a little bit more digging and not just take for granted 100% that what it's saying is right. So yeah, there we are. Let's have a little look at, actually we were going to have a look at a couple of the tokens, weren't we? One being Kaspa itself. Oh, it's had a decent run today by the look of it. Yeah, it's come up a decent amount today. But it yeah. Oh wow, that is a big jump in that. Okay, let's have a look, see what we've got going on here. We'll have a look at that X page first. I know they were posting around Halloween for obvious reasons. It's Kaspa the Ghost and Halloween are. Oh, there we go. Speak of the devil, Kaspa the Ghost, spooky season. Official blog just went live. Easy, all-inclusive page for everything Kaspa. App new releases, updates, how-tos. That's good. Ecosystem Kaspa. Right, I want to have a look at that. Whilst we're here, let's take a deep dives into the Kaspa ecosystem and blog dark technology. Right, okay. So this is Kaspa the Ghost putting out a blog which covers all of Kaspa. Kaspa 4th birthday party. But yeah, it's going to explain more things than just about itself. So it's promoting the ecosystem, which is good. The communities on Kaspa, they all do, or a lot of them do, repost each other's projects and things. So it is very much the community feel. It's not an us and them mentality, it's a all of us together mentality. 4-minute read, okay, yeah, there's decent information here. If you're new to Kaspa, not Kaspa the Ghost, but Kaspa, the actual network, not a bad place to have a little look and just familiarize yourself with what it's about, and then you can branch out and look into other things beyond that on the network. So yeah, that's decent. Good on them for doing that. Zealous Swap, celebrating Halloween. Kaspa Infinity Pool is now live on Zealous Swap. So this is the thing with these. I mentioned before the layer 2 alternative meme sort of scenario. So you've got your KRC20 meme coins, which is what we're running the exercise on, the ones on here. But they've also most of them have doubled up where they're on the EVM compatible, so you can have them on MetaMask, and you can buy them on the swaps a lot easier. So they've doubled up and they've got their own pools where you can buy them that way as well. The price is the same, but it just gives you greater flexibility in terms of being able to buy them. You can bridge from one to the other. It's not imperative that you take all of your KRC20s and take them across to the layer 2 solution. But if you wanted to sell them, that's probably better because you can sell them at the going rate on the exchanges. So you like these Zealous swaps and that sort of thing, rather than currently it's a P2P buy and sell through something like Kaspa.com, or there's a few other sites where you can list your price, such as the Kaspa bot. But then it's reliant on somebody else coming along and saying, oh yes, I will buy them at that price, and then buying them from you. So it's a transaction between you and them via the third-party website. But if we're all honest, it's the easier way to buy and sell is through the exchange with a liquidity pool, because you get the price that you're buying for there and then, rather than, like I say, having to wait. So I haven't bridged any of the ones I've got across. I bridged, I think I did actually, just to see that, check that it worked, and it did a small amount. I bridged across, but I haven't bridged all my KRC20s across for the simple fact that the plan is not that they're being sold. The plan is to monitor the journey. And if they all fizzle out, they fizzle out. But I don't think they will, if I'm honest. I think, in time when, like we spoke about, the sentiment and all these things improve, then I firmly believe that these KRC20s value will increase. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. But at that point, I might then be bridging across and looking at other things from there. But that's down the line, if I'm honest with you. So yeah, we'll have a little look on Telegram. I've opened Telegram up actually. That's a pain in the backside for opening. Kaspa the Ghost, yeah, we are. Right, so let's have a look at announcements, see what's going on in here. So CoinX, I've just seen advertised there. Kaspa official partnership announcement. When's this from? Right, Halloween. Partnership with CSwap, the first DEX aggregator built on Kaspa. The collaboration unlocks the next level of functionality for the entire Kaspa ecosystem. Instant swaps directly from some of our platforms. That's what I've just alluded to. Best available rates across the DEX. Seamless DeFi integration for upcoming Kaspa apps. So they've got apps coming up. That's good to see that there's development going on. With CSwap, we're bringing faster, smarter, and more efficient on-chain trading to every corner of Kaspa, pushing closer to a fully connected, decentralized economy. This is a huge milestone for both KAS and Kaspa, and trust us, the best is still yet to come. Stay tuned. Right, excellent, good stuff. What I do notice about these are kind of what the initial KRC20s. You've got Kaspa, which is this one. You've got Gold. You've got Nacho. These are the ones that came out sort of first. They've got strong communities, arguably because of that, because people have been in from the start. But secondly, because they are good projects, they've got good visions, they've got good ideas, they've got good plans going forward. So there is often quite a bit of activity within these telegrams and on the discords if they've got them, which I know like sort of Natural has. And also a lot of helpful information about Kaspa in general from Natural, from Gold, from these guys, talking about how you do things on the KAS network, talking about the future developments coming. So even if you weren't massively into Kaspa per se, but you were in some of these, if you had a small bag of some of these memes, inadvertently when you're looking, you're going to find out what's coming with Kaspa itself anyhow, more or less, more often than not, because the guys are talking about it. More and more utilities with time, but for the moment you can unlock 6 free months of verification. NFT. So if you've got their NFTs, you get benefits. I know that's the same with Natural, where you get like discount on Zealous swap and discounting fees and things like that, which is all nice to have. The fees are minimal as it is anyway on Kaspa, as we know, but any saving you can make and any perk you get off an NFT is obviously a welcome bonus. So yeah, stuff going on in this chat. Obviously, I haven't got time to read all the bits and bobs about it right now, but we'll have a look at Natural, see what they've got going on. NFTs, you can buy them on Kaspa.com. I'm going to have a look at them in a minute, actually. If anyone was thinking about getting NFTs, again, the fact that KAS itself, the price has come down, could be an opportunity to get some NFTs, to be fair, at a obviously cheaper price than previous. There's a lot of talk about the NFTs in the Natural chat here. Staking powers, yeah. Again, there's a ratio for staking powers. If you have NFTs and you stake, you can get bigger rewards the more NFTs you've got, the different rarity of NFT you've got, that kind of thing. I know about that. What's this? Yeah, Natural lets me sure Binance see the put right. Okay, this is the hoo-ha, the fallout from the Binance stuff, and did they ask for silly amounts of money to be listed and all that sort of stuff. To be honest with you, I'm beyond it, if I'm honest. I'm beyond the Binance whole piece. It'll come when it comes. Ultimately, they're a business. And when Kaspa is doing really well and people are buying it, it's generating fees for wherever they're buying it from, CoinX or insert any other place really. So ultimately, Binance aren't going to want to miss out on massive fees. So when the time's right, to them, in their opinion, irrelevant of how many Kaspa enthusiasts hound them on X or jump up and down or whatever, it's they're a business. They're going to do what they want to do when they want to do it. For me, the list, but again, when is up to them, and it's not for us to sort of. Well, we can't have an influence, and that's the bottom line, isn't it? Because if it was based on community influence, they would have been listed by now anyway. So yeah, it's nothing to do with us really, and they will at some point list. Don't see any reason why they won't, because like I say, they're a business and they want the money, they want the pennies like everybody else. Okay, so yeah, that's fine. There's not a massive amount to be going at, if I'm honest with you, which is what I've alluded to a few times. It kind of is where it's at, and it is this waiting game, pretty much. Have a look at the NFTs. We've not been on here for a while. I'll tell you which ones I do really like still. I'm sure I've got them on here. I've got a couple of these just for the artwork of it, which are really, really nice, but they're double cheap as well when you look at the price. Again, I don't know anything about the project, really. There isn't much. There's this on here, and that's more or less it. We're back to July here. Buy alerts, here we go. Like 48 cent, 10 Kaspa for that. So you could just get one just for your avatar on here. I'm not saying to, I'm not condoning buying anything. But if ever you've wanted an NFT and you've been curious about how they work or how you move it from one wallet to the other, you can get one for under $1 and just have a little faff about with it and see for yourself. Perhaps if you were considering buying a more expensive natural NFT, for example, or Kaspa or whatever, you could have a play around with one of these, because the buying process is the same. How you move it from wallet to wallet is the same. You could have a mess around with a real cheap one, and if you make a hash of it and lose it, I don't see how you would, but if you made a hash of it and whatever, it's like $1 worth that you've messed up rather than lots and lots. I'm going to have another look at these. I do like these, if I'm honest with you. I really do. Yeah, really like them. We'll have a look at them on here. Ape Gang, that's what they're called. Here's the natural ones here. Floor price has been pretty consistent at 1300 KAS for a while now, but obviously 1300 KAS now versus what it was is different. For the floor price, different ranked ones. Yeah, I regret missing out on these when they were like 500, but saying that, that's probably the same dollar/pound value now. So perhaps I should have another look at whether I should get one or not. Yeah, I could do that. I could maybe even buy one on a stream and show you how easy it is to do it. Yeah, that's good. Well, I like them. You're leading light on the NFTs on KAS. Some of them are a bit strange, aren't they? This one's obviously having a go. It's shy. I'll see if I can find them 8 ones. I will be able to find them. You can even get these ones for next to. They're like a copy of the natural one, and they're free. Or they're not free. They're like 5 Kaspa or something. The mint one. Off 5 Kaspa in fees when you sort of buy one, something like that. But they're cheap anyway. Wolfpack, that's the bar in London, bar/stroke cafe in London, where if you've got an NFT, you get perks in the place if you live there and you go. I can't immediately see this. I'm gonna have to search. Right, we'll just search on your NFT. Yep, that's them, isn't it? No, it's not. This isn't them. Is it? Yes, it is. Actually, interesting that they've got a Twitter here when they didn't have that, I don't think. Let's have a little look at that. Or did they have it and they hadn't posted for ages? It might be that. I'm following them, so I've obviously looked. Pinned in May. Yeah, that's what it was. Nothing's happened really since May on the X page, which would indicate that nobody's actively sort of marketing them or what have you. They've got the Telegram, which is where we were just in before having a look. They've all been minted out. So there's 2,222. There's 350 different owners. There's a 3% fee. One's been bought in the last 24 hours. It's 10 cent to mint one, but you can't mint one because they're all minted. But it's 10 cent. 10 cent? Where am I getting that from? 10 Kaspa to buy one. Is the floor price. God, this page isn't very clever. Yeah, so these are the floor price ones at 10 cent. 10 Kaspa. Where am I saying cent? Been to America lately. I must just have that stuck in my mind. But even the likes, yeah, these, yeah, how much is that? 20 Kaspa. Pretty good look. And I've got a couple that have got like Kaspa in the eyes. One might have a hat on. But I just think they look good. There's a Christmas one. Yeah, the hat with Kaspa on. I want to have another look through them. I like them. Yeah, I've got one smoking, I think. There's your Kaspa green background and your Kaspa hat. 24 Kaspa. So yeah, I like them. I don't know necessarily that how they would blow up massively, because I think that any publicity about them and that sort of being done, I don't know, maybe it might just be something that's adopted and a decent sized influencer I'll talk about them and then they might just start to go. Again, there's not any one person that's like holding all of them or, you know, like controlling it. They're all out there for everybody to get fair game at these prices. These prices may change if people like them and take them up. Equally, they might just sit like this forever and nobody really bothers with them. Again, sometimes it's just a punt, isn't it? But sometimes you just buy what you like versus what you think you're going to make money on in the long run, I guess. But okay, guys, I'm going to park this here today. Probably a little bit longer than normal. I'll be back shortly within the next week to make another video. And if anyone wants to see anything, please let me know. Please like, share, subscribe, all those things. I'm well aware that the number of viewers are down. I correlate that again exactly to the number of, well, the fact that Kaspa's where it's at and KRC20s are where they're at, and the focus isn't really on them at this moment in time. So yeah, I think that goes hand in hand rather than my dulcet tones, because I know people. I did have a steady watch amount. I don't know, 50 a week or something, whatever it was. At one point, maybe a bit more when the sentiment was higher. But yeah, I'm not in it for the views, the clicks. I'm not making any money out with YouTube. I'm not in it for any of that stuff. I'm just in it for doing it because I enjoy doing it, and hope that I bring some info and some value to somebody, and know that that's all good if that's the case. So yeah, cheers guys, I shall speak to you next week. So bye.